What up, guys? It's your boy Quake, and I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while now, but I didn't know what kind of entrance to approach it with. But this is the perfect way to talk about this. For those that don't know, Russ is an up-and-coming artist, and now he's sort of established a fan base. His Twitter's at about 500,000 followers. So he's basically made it. He's touring. He's doing sold-out shows of like 3,000, 4,000 people, concerts, packing them out. So recently he went on a rant today talking about how blogs did not help him get to where he is at all. The only ones he credited were Two Dope Boys and DJ Booth. The rest, he said, blogs didn't fuck with him, didn't post his music, they didn't give a shit about him.
Yo, I'm gonna make a little fucking PSA since all the bloggers that didn't want to post my music in the past want to pop back up now. Yeah, 5 years ago when I was 19, and it was fucking 2012, I was emailing bloggers because I thought it was important. That's when I had no fans, and I was like, yo, maybe if I just get posted on this, it'll work, whatever. That was 5 years ago, or 3 years ago in 2014. Y'all clearly don't matter because none of y'all fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Except for DJ Booth and Two Dope Boys. The rest of y'all, all y'all slept. None of y'all fuck with me. And I still became successful. I still sell out tours worldwide. I still went fucking platinum. And now y'all want to fucking start tweeting shit like, oh, blogs don't matter? Well, why were you hitting me, telling me to post your shit? Because that was 5 years ago. So the point is that clearly they don't matter if I became what the fuck I became without y'all. That's the point. And I'm not gonna fucking censor myself or any of that fucking shit because there's artists out there right now that think that if they get posted on some blog, it's actually gonna change their life. That's what I used to think. So my whole fucking thing is that, look, use my career as an example of the fact that you don't need blogs. You can become your own blogs. I used to be dying to get on all these fucking websites until I realized that, oh, my own fucking SoundCloud can become more popping than this blog and that blog and whatever, and I can get real fans and build up my own fucking fan base. So all y'all fucking bloggers that want to be pulling up emails of or tweets of when I was tweeting at y'all 5 years ago to post my music, it's ridiculous because y'all look foolish. Y'all like, okay, so y'all exposing yourself for not listening and not posting the person's music who now is so relevant that you need to say some shit about it. It's like, maybe next time you're gonna listen to the rapper that sends you their shit.
And this sort of rubbed me the wrong way because I'm about to give you guys a history lesson. For people that follow me or subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Twitter, they know, for majority of them, they know that I used to own a hip-hop blog. I started this YouTube channel. I'm about to give you guys a history lesson, a little bit about myself, but I started this YouTube channel after closing down my blog that I had for 7 years, which was diversehiphop.com. And after doing that, I decided to transition to YouTube and do these type of videos and work on other things behind the scenes, which will come out in the future. So with that being said, I sort of know where Russ is coming from and I know how to answer it and reply to it because I've run a blog for 7 years. I also had previous blogs before that, so I've basically been doing this for 9 to 10 years. I've had my foot in the music industry. I've interviewed famous rappers, Kid Ink, Soulja Boy, Jeezy, a bunch of artists, so I know what I'm talking about when I talk about this because I've done this for damn near 10 years. So Russ is frustrated and just basically said all blogs don't matter anymore. You can get your music out there regardless. And he's kind of right. You can. If your music is hot, you do not need a blog to post your content. That's just the fact. If your music is good, that's the thing that up-and-coming acts need to realize. You do not need blogs to post your content. And even bloggers themselves will tell you that. The real bloggers. There are bloggers out there that will charge you money to post your shit. They're garbage. The good blogs will not charge you at all. They'll do it for free because they just want to support you and support the culture. And that was me. I wouldn't charge anybody. I would give artists my platform, post their music if it's good. And granted, you have to understand, bloggers get thousands and thousands of emails depending on how big their blog is. And mine was relatively big. It wasn't the biggest blog in the world, but it wasn't small either. So I decided to create an email and give a platform for unsigned acts to email me, and so I can check out their music. Now me, I was expecting 50 to 100 emails a day. I ended up getting like 2,000 to 3,000 a day. So you have to understand, it's hard for one person, and even if you have a team, it's hard for them to listen to every single thing that gets sent. So Russ was complaining, saying that he sent a bunch of emails to blogs and they all ignored him. And this mainly was from Pigeons and Planes, which is a blog that posts hip hop music and stuff like that. He said he sent them about 40 emails and they never respond. And now that he blew up, they started responding to him. So I can see how he's, frustrated with that, but you cannot bitch and complain. You just got to work hard until, you succeed. And even after then, you cannot shit on people on your way up. This is a lesson everybody should learn in every single field, because if you're looking to become a businessman, if you're looking to succeed in life, you cannot shit on people on your way up, because the second you start going down, people are going to shit right back on you. So that's why it's good to just be humble, stop complaining. Russ is successful right now. He needs to stop bitching every single chance he gets. He always complains about this stuff in various interviews. So now I'm gonna give you a history lesson between me and Russ. Now, granted, I don't know Russ that well. I'm just gonna go off my experience with him, because like I said, I used to run a blog. So Russ was touring, and I had a friend that lived in Iowa, and he decided to tour in Chicago. So Iowa to Chicago isn't that far, depending on where you live, 4 to 5 hours. And my friend was like, showed me his music, and I checked it out. I was like, this is dope. And then he was like, can I set up an interview with him? And I was like, go ahead. That would be great for diverse hip hop, and we could set up something new, introduce my audience to a new artist. And I was totally open for that. So we emailed him, and he gave us this sort of bullshit excuse, ignored us. We tried to set up the interview, and then my friend drove all the way to Chicago, which is 4 to 5 hours. And then within the last hour, Russ decided to sort of cancel the interview and just stop responding to us, which was the most, I don't know, man, it just rubbed me the worst, like the wrong way. And after that, I just did not fuck with him anymore. I didn't bash him online publicly. I just didn't post his content, and I just didn't care for him anymore. So that's my experience with Russ. Now, granted, for other people, it could be something different, but ever since then, I felt like he was just a cocky asshole who was full of himself, because, I like to check out interviews of rappers. I don't like to just judge them off music. I don't like to just judge them off my moment with them, because sometimes some people could be having a bad day. It happens. We're human. So I understood that probably could have been that day with him where he was just in a bad mood and just said, fuck it, I don't want to do this interview, which is fine. That happens. But the least he could have done is at least emailed me and been like, hey, let's set up for next time, or sorry, I just can't do this right now. So he didn't even do that. So that rubbed me the wrong way. So that's my history with Russ. So now let's go back full circle to what Russ said. Russ said blogs don't matter. And like I said, that's partly true and partly not true. My friend Kenny, who runs rapdose.com, if you guys don't know that website, check it out. I've known Kenny since I believe 2011. And he decided to expose Russ. Basically, he asked him, he was like, why don't you show us the analytics, YouTube analytics from your latest music video? Now, if you know how YouTube works, you'll know that if you go to analytics, it'll tell you where your traffic for your views is coming from. It'll tell you if it's coming from YouTube or if it's coming from other websites. And when Kenny asked him this, he decided to not respond to it. And he basically responded to it, shitted on him a little bit, and then deleted the tweet. And then he decided to slide into Kenny's DMs and was like, why are you going at me, this and that, and basically backtracked everything he said, which is corny. That just proves that blogs are supporting you. And even Kenny got a phone call from somebody from Columbia Records, which Russ is signed to right now. I don't know if it's just a distribution deal, but regardless, he has a deal with Columbia Records. And one of the workers at Columbia Records said they discovered Russ through a blog. So look at the irony in that. It's just hilarious that he says blogs don't matter and they didn't help him, get to another level. Blogs do matter to a certain extent. Granted, they're not what they used to be. They're not gatekeepers. Now you don't have to go to a blog to blow up. If your music, like I said, if your music is hot, it will blow up regardless. You do not need a blog to co-sign you. You don't need nobody to fucking co-sign you. You just gotta be consistent, deliver great music, and you'll blow up. Do not spam people, because I hated that shit when I was in it. Thank God I'm not in it anymore. I still get spam comments here and there. My emails get spammed, but that's not the way to do it. Just release hot music, promote it, and the way you promote it is by simply either asking blogs to post it or put some money in investing, like Facebook promotion, YouTube promotion. Put some money into that. It's like $1 a day, the lowest amount per day. That's $30 a month just to promote your stuff. You can get 500 views in a day. So that's another way to do it. That's my tip for you guys, for the artists out there. And this is just, if you're not an artist, this is just an insight of what the music industry is sort of like. I mean, I have one foot in it. I'm not completely in it, but I know people in the industry. So with Russ saying, you getting posted on a blog won't change your life, that's false as well. I mean, I've seen artists blow up and actually have a career and make millions after being posted on a blog. It just depends on what blog you get posted on. Granted, if it's my website, what I used to own, I only helped one artist that I know completely blow up, and it was Nikki Heaton. I don't know if you guys know her. She's more of an Instagram model now. Her music isn't what it was in the beginning, but I posted her on my website, and the World Star Hip Hop got a hold of it from my website and posted on their website. And then obviously World Star is like 100 times bigger than my website was. So when they got a hold of it, that's when it really took off. But if it wasn't for me, I don't think World Star would have ever found it. So that partially the credit goes to me. So like blogs help you a lot. Just it has to be certain blogs that have the ear of the industry. So thankfully mine did for a little bit, but I even don't get the props that I deserve because I've done a lot of things for the industry, and nobody's, giving me my props. Granted, I get comments from you guys. Like I see the YouTube comments like, you should be on Everyday Struggle with Complex. You'd be way better than the academics. People say, oh, you should, be on Hip Hop DX, all kinds of stuff. And, I appreciate those I get those daily, but people still sleep. People in the industry, they until they see something where it's profiting millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're going gold, you're selling platinum, or you're doing something amazing, which I'm in the works of doing, hopefully, they won't pay attention to it. They just don't care. So I've felt like I've been slept on. It's happened to me. I feel like, oh man, this is some bullshit. And sometimes I want to go on rants, but I think about in the future, building relationships with people, regardless if right now they don't notice, in the future they will. Don't shit on them just because they didn't notice in the beginning. Sometimes it's hard to notice with, it's just a clusterfuck of a bunch of shit especially in hip hop, because there's artists every day being made where they want to come out, release music and promote it and stuff. So you can't shit on people in the future. Like I said, the people that you shit on your way up will shit right back on you on the way down. And the perfect example of this is Ja Rule. When 50 and Ja Rule were having the beef, Ja Rule at one point was the biggest hip hop artist, I believe, in the early 2000s till maybe 2002, 2003. He was doing records as Ashanti, Jennifer Lopez. All these records were hits. And while he was at the top, he was not doing interviews with people. He was not showing up to events where the people were asking him. The people that supported him in the beginning, like DJ Envy, I remember said Ja Rule was at such a high point in his career, he just wasn't responding to him at all. And DJ Envy played his records before then. So when that happened, when the beef with 50 happened, and Ja Rule started declining in musically, when he was really at the low bottom towards the beef, a lot of people weren't fucking with him because they're like, when you're at your top, you weren't fucking with us. So that bites you in the ass. I'm just saying, I mean, Russ is right now excelling in his career, but there's going to be a point, like every artist, where you get stagnant and then you start to decline. And then once that happens, if you burn all these relationships, it's just going to bite you in the ass really, really bad. So my advice to everybody watching this video, listening, just do not burn bridges, man. Even though if they don't notice, sometimes people don't notice on accident. There's things where I didn't pick up and notice. It's not like I meant to do it on purpose. People are busy. Granted, a lot of these bloggers are blogging for free. I was lucky enough to make an income out of it, but people were blogging. A lot of these bloggers are blogging for free, so they don't have time to be looking at emails all day 24/7 because they have a real job and then they do this as a side hustle. So with all this being said, I come from both points of view here, so I understand what Russ means by being overlooked, underrated. I get that all the time. I get frustrated, but you just got to work harder to the point where people don't even have to ask who you are. They'll just know automatically. So you can't bitch, man. Just work 24/7 and you'll get there. So Russ, by doing this, is the wrong move. A lot of artists do not listen to this. People in general don't listen to this. What he's saying is kind of right, but it's mostly steering towards the wrong way. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys actually? I really want to know the answer to this question. Do you guys get your music from blogs anymore? Or do you guys just listen to streaming services and hope that you guys find new artists through that? Do blogs still influence your daily life? Because I shut down my blog because my blog was staying stagnant at one point, and I just felt like I wasn't excelling anymore, and I sort of lost my passion for blogging. but I still have the passion to talk about music, to talk about, you know, topics that I just love in hip hop. So that's why I started this channel, because I needed something that could grab that again. And this definitely did it. It restarted, it reignited something for me. So do you guys still check out blogs? Do you think Russ is right? Did you find Russ's music on blogs? Do you even know who Russ is? I mean, some people don't even know. So hopefully this gives them a little bit more light. I mean, I'm all for spreading positivity and love. So stop, you know, all this bashing back and forth. Russ has succeeded. He should just be proud of him succeeding. Stop shitting on people in the past. Build relationships. Get things going. Like I said, the people that you shit on your way up will shit right back you on your way down. Perfect example is Ja Rule. So leave a comment below, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.